All right, guys. Welcome back. We are in the playoffs. It has been an amazing round one of playoff games. If you've not been watching, I don't know where you have been. It's crazy. Shockers all over the place, from the Denver Nuggets struggling against the Timberwolves to the Lakers shocking everyone against Rockets, and of course Cade choking and fearing the playoffs and sitting out for most of the games. It had to take the kids to pull up the Rockets. It's on the cusp of going to game 7. If only they can beat the Lakers, but unfortunate for them, Reeves is back, and of course Luka is not far away. And of all the teams, it's just the Thunders that have made it through to the next round after sweeping the Suns. This is the NBA, and of course Wemby and company also made it through after beating Portland Trail Blazers after downing the best Israeli player, that is Dani Avdija, who set a record, Lord, being the first Israeli, and of course even not just being the first Israeli, single-handedly wheeling the Blazers into the playoffs, and of course going off, scoring 40 plus points in some games, setting wonderful records. So amazing stuff. Today we're just going to focus on the 3 games because it's a lot, and I've been away for a while, but I'm back. All right, the first game that we're going to jump into is going to be the Pistons game as they took on Orlando Magic. As you can see right there, the series averages are, as you can see right there. Hope you can see properly. Just a second, let me just adjust my screen. Yes, so you can see the leading team right there are the Magics, and indeed in the series they are 3 games up on the Pistons. It was going to be a shocker had the Pistons lost the game tonight, but fortunately Cade and company would not let them lose that game. And of course Cade, as you can see in the series leaders, he's beating and he outsmarted Paolo Banchero to ensure that his team does not get knocked out. He's currently averaging 32.6 points in this game, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, which is slightly lower compared to Paolo Banchero's 25.8 and 8.8 rebounds and 6.4 game. As you can see right there, game 1, Orlando Magic shocked people, and we thought, okay, maybe it's just a hiccup. They beat Pistons. Then game 2 came along, same Pistons managed to pull that one off. Then the third game, okay, we started saying, okay, maybe these guys are serious. Then game 4 came along and they did the same thing, and we're like, okay, this is impossible. But so let's hope these guys, because they still need to win that game 6. That's the problem with going down 3 games. Going down 3 games means you're always on the knife edge. A single loss and you're out. Anyway, so that's how it is at the moment with the Orlando Magics leading the way 3-2. I have some highlights of this game. Let's jump right into those highlights of that game.
It has been physical, you're right. Duran, a back in on Carter, he turns and scores, plus the foul.
These fan bases are fantastic. I love them both, and they've both been waiting a long time.
Harris, big finish. Banchero, one-on-one with Harris. Goes no look, and Bain gets to the rim for the deuce. 7-2 Detroit, looking to add to it. The cutter, Harris. Stop and go, makes it. It's been a ton of free throws throughout this series for these 2 teams because of how physical it's been. Banchero attacking for 2.
Shooting team, Orlando. They're up 3-1, and they've been the worst shooting team in the playoffs by far.
Robinson.
Paolo Banchero is going to have to take on that matchup.
Give and go. Kane had it erased by Stewart. Thompson rushing ahead. Cunningham. Bottom. Turnover. Pistons up by
in
14.
game, of course, Cade Cunningham and company, they actually very good because they are the #1 seed in the East. So that's why I'm saying this is a shocker. The 8th seed trying to out the #1 seed. So we're going to jump right into the 4th, where it was so this is a bit early. That's Robinson from deep, and you can see the Pistons are trailing. So they were trailing at this point in the 4th, so that they could have knocked them out. But of course, Cade Cunningham is going to go on form and wheel his team back. That's Duran right there. So we're going to jump right into the last 5 minutes of this game. That's Banchero right there.
Green from Thompson.
Alright, so this is two
Cunningham.
just a bit back fight. So in the 4th, in the last 2 minutes, it was Pistons wheeling their way back. Remember here at this point they are 9 points down. Sorry, no, they are 9 points ahead. So Cade was not going to wheel them, was not going to allow them to win this game.
Drives in, steps back, count it. That's what will back it out. Suggs into the hands of Banchero. The Magic are down by 6. Banchero makes his move. Denied.
That's Duran with a rejection right there.
Get it in, Banchero. He fires. Nylon.
Oh my gosh.
Banchero was not going to allow, but Cade, of course, ensured that we are not going down. We are not going down. And of course, that's how that one ended right there. As you can see, Cade wheeled them back and ensured that they won that game. Now, a quick look at the stats and the averages of this series, and you will see that Cade's contribution is still the highest with 32.6 points, quickly followed by, of course, Paolo Banchero. But in the other stats, as you can see, the points that have been scored are Orlando Magic is leading the way, and also in the series with 3 wins in this game to Detroit's 2. So they have to win, and hopefully there's a chance, and I'm thinking there's a chance that there's a record that all teams that go down 3 games have ended up losing the series. It's actually, there's none that has ever won this series. At the moment they go down 3 games, it's a done deal. But there are so many teams that are down 3 games in this series, in these playoffs, that I think one of them is going to break that spell. Number one that I think could break that spell is, of course, Pistons right here. Then also the Denver Nuggets, I'm still hopeful that they are coming back, because remember Edwards got injured in that game, and also the long-range shooter, I'm forgetting his name, he got an Achilles tendon tear, and they are missing 2 of their best players. So I do believe that they can come back in this game. All right, let's jump on to the next game. Of course, the next game was none other than the Cleveland that was out in the East. Cleveland Cavaliers taking on Raptors. Now, this one is so evenly matched. Not on paper. On paper, you'd say the Clevelands are the ones on top. And indeed they are. But the Raptors are not letting them take this. No, it was 2-2. And after this game, of course, Cleveland got the edge over the Raptors and managed to push the series to 3-2. And as you can see right there, the series leaders are James Harden and Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes outscoring James Harden 24 points, and of course 5 rebounds and 8 assists. Then James Harden averaging 22 points, 4 rebounds and 6.2 assists. Let's jump right into the highlights of this one.
Playing with a whole bunch of confidence, finds Jakob Poeltl. Outside Barrett, 3-pointer good, and the first bucket percentage. Floater blocked by Poeltl, loose ball, and Toronto comes up with it. Outstanding defensive team. We saw that game 4 Sunday, especially in the late stages. Jacoby Walter has been in games 3 and 4. 6-0. And one for James Harden. Harden's going to try to get the tie way off the mark that time, but it ends up in the hands of Evan Mobley in the midst of this 11-0 run. Great look down low to Shed, who scores for the lead.
Kind of reverse the point guard moving without the ball. Scotty Barnes finds him.
3-point advantage, Toronto. Wade for three. Cavs fans hope temporarily. Wade squares, no. Harden offensive rebound and one. Shed, first points of the second. 4 to shoot. Great backdoor. Third triple in the half and a cross-court steal, Walter. Walter against Strus, bumps him off and takes it right to the rack for the slam. And Kenny Atkinson jumps off the Cavs. Well, under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Can the Cavs get a foothold back? Down 6. Nice pass, Wade in the dunker. It's a big hit. 21 points per game scored during the regular year. And just coming off a 23-point game. And of course, Scotty Barnes also kind of irritated his knee earlier.
So we're going to go into the second half.
5 Evan Mobley
the fourth quarter, of course.
Toronto, despite that, still with a
Now at this
3-point
point,
lead.
the difference is just 3
Tyson
points.
backs up, drains
Toronto
the three, and we're
Raptors.
tied.
This was actually a timely.
Raptors since halftime.
The Cleveland Cavaliers got on a heater and started shooting threes that changed the tide of this game.
Takes on Barnes.
And of course, Schroeder was on fire in this
13
game.
straight for
The
Cleveland.
German international
For
Schroeder.
the cross-court pass, battle dribbles inside the arc, and finally gets the first field goal of the quarter for Toronto. 2-point lead, Cleveland.
That's Schroeder
Here's
right
Schroeder.
there.
Again got the speed, and this time gets the score. He will give it.
Mowgli Evans
How about that?
from long
He was
range.
2 for 11 from 3 in the first 4 games.
So it was
Made it
crazy in
last
the
three.
fourth. The Cleveland Cavaliers went on a heater, and Toronto Raptors just went in a dart. They just couldn't shoot the basket, couldn't buy a basket. That's Schroeder right there. Basket.
Big triple. Biggest.
Remember, they also had
of
the
game
home crowd
5.
on their side.
Shed turns the corner. Allen spikes it out of bounds.
You talked about
But this game is so
Walter
evenly
was having
matched in that it's
terrific ball
shocking.
game
You would
through
assume the
halftime.
Cleveland
Cavs looking to build on the
Cavaliers
7-point
have the
lead.
edge on the Toronto Raptors,
Strus
but no.
attracted the D
No.
and feeds it to-
This
in
game
Orlando.
has a potential
What a duel between
going
Banchero
into
and Cade Cunningham
game
tonight. Both
7.
went for 45.
But of course, that all
Shot
depends
up
on
and
the
in
next
for
game.
RJ Barrett. Dennis Schroeder
Because
getting
remember, the
a
moment
lot
the
of
team
second
reaches
half
3
minutes,
games,
rides and floats
boy
it
oh
in.
boy, you're on life support.
Schroeder averaged 10
So these are the
points
last
a game this
3
season. He
minutes.
just delivered big time tonight and a big hit.
regardless of what happens with this
So this is the last.
4,000 tonight. Hushed crowd. Now a sigh of relief as
That was the data right there.
Cavs just have to
They
get
just
it
ran out
inbounds.
of
They get it
time.
into
There was
Schroeder,
no
and that's going to
time,
do
and
it.
their
The whole
points
team
were,
has won.
their baskets were not falling in the game, so it just became a menace for them. Then maybe a look at the stats. You can clearly see the team that is leading has more points. But like I was telling you, that these two teams are so evenly matched in that it is surprising. You can clearly see the difference is just 0.4 points. The points that have been scored in this series. 108, 111 for the Cleveland Cavaliers, 0.8 to the Toronto Raptors, 111.4. So it's just a 0.4 difference. That's the shocking thing that is there right there. So amazing stuff are happening in this game. It's a good game to be neutral. But as you can see, on average, Donovan Mitchell, RJ Barrett are the leaders that have scored the most points in this series. All right, so let's go into the final game of the night. It was none other than, of course, the Lakers as they welcome back Reeves. And I'm thinking, okay, here it is. I'm going to put it down. The Lakers wanted this matchup. Two aspects. The Lakers wanted this matchup. Second, KD is useless. KD is nonsense. KD wouldn't have a championship if it wasn't for Steph Curry. Period. Hands down. We've seen it time and time and time again. KD jumping into teams, trying to amass a super team so that he's able to win. And you could clearly see in this game, he gave up on the Rockets. When shit hit the fan, he fled. He ran away. But anyway, all that aside, let's wait and see. This is another game that I think has a potential of reaching Game 7. But it will all depend. The only thing is that the Lakers are lucky that they have Reeves back. But if Reeves had stayed away and left it to LeBron, he would have choked. But anyway, let's watch and see. So the Rockets are climbing back. They were down 3-0 in this game. Now they are up, not yet up, but I mean they are pushing closer and edging, trying to even out this series and push it for Game 7. That's their only option. They have to win every game going forth if they are going to go to the next round, which I do believe they should go to the next round. With the exception of Austin Reeves' return, they shouldn't have lost those first 3 games. But I think they put their hopes in KD, and KD let them down. He didn't show up for the battle. He didn't show up. But anyway, they managed to win this one. LeBron is leading for the Lakers because remember the first 3 games, 3 or 4 games, they didn't have Reeves and Luka, who is still out. But if they go through to the next round, Luka will be back in the subsequent rounds. So LeBron Pad Starter had to lead the way, 22 points to 0.2, 7 rebounds, 0.2, and of course 8.7. Alperen Sengun has become the magenta riser on the other side, trying to, and he was even before KD was brought on, but KD is a sham, to be honest. 21 points and of course 10 rebounds and 5 assists for the Houston Rockets. So let's jump into the highlights of this one right here.
Is out, Smart at 3 is good. Ime Udoka going into that Game 4. Here is Eason nuzzling into Smart and dropping it home.
Sengun is such a good passer all over the
29 in the series in second chance points. Here's Sengun twisting, taking, and hitting.
Just plays with great pace. It's really
Revived it up till this point with the 3-1 lead. Lob inside, knocked away. First turnover for Houston. James dishes Hachimura to the rim. Offensive rebounds per game, which would be the most in the postseason by a team since 04, as Reeves lays it in beautifully off the mark. Hayes couldn't grab it. LaRavia will. James in a crowd lays it in.
Houston on their offensive board.
First points of the game for LeBron James. Smith digs in, kicks out. Thompson connects on a 3. I mean, Thompson is just a 21% three-point shooter. 2 for 1 here for the Lakers. Reeves lobbing it. James gets the roll.
I'm telling you, Austin
Thompson
Reeves
off to Finney Smith.
is wind in their
5
sails.
to
If
shoot.
they
Eason
lose
quick
this
step
series,
lays it in.
I don't
Plus the
even know.
foul is
The return of Reeves has changed everything. You see, they were down 3, but I still had hope for
Finney
as long
Smith
as
buries the
Reeves
3.
and
Smart
Luka are
Sengun
out.
goes inside, but
the LA Lakers
Smart's
were not
sitting
going
right
to
on his
succeed.
legs
They are
in
not going
front
to
of
get through this level.
Jabari
Even
Smith
3
Jr.
with 3, that
buries
record
the
was
3,
under
and it's
threat.
a 1-point
But now
game.
that Reeves is
different
back,
player.
the
James,
record
good
will
look.
still stand.
Vanderbilt
The
gets
3-0.
denied.
Once you go
Stoned
down
at the
3
apex.
games,
If
there's no
Rockets
team
have
that
started
has
to hit
ever
some, as Holiday
made it
can't hit
back.
that one.
And now
Reeves
that
to
Reeves is back, I
Vanderbilt,
really,
leaking
really
and
doubt
laying.
the Lakers will be
the Lakers
knocked out.
one of the better.
Reeves.
All right, so let's go into the
James
second
left alone. Why
round.
not? Bank it in.
Second
In a
half.
crowd.
Something, but it didn't.
James hopping, taking, and banking tonight. Sengun bumping, wheeling, and floating with that feathery touch. They can hit. Weak
Okay, so
side
this is
for
the start.
Smith. How about Holiday this time?
Still close,
He
as you
got
can
it.
see right there, 69,
Here's where the
64 in
offensive
the third.
rebounds hurt and the points at the free throw line.
Sometimes I wonder what's going on in
Thompson
Cade's
leads.
mind.
Okogie pumps it down. Not going to get the 2 for 1.
At least LeBron is out there
James finds the
fighting.
cutter. Laravia separates and lays it in.
In the corner.
Finney Smith can't hit. Thompson
All right, now
keeps
we're
it
going to go
alive.
into
Gets
the
blocked
fourth.
by Laravia. Shepard guarded by Hayes. 3 to shoot. Stagnant possession in the corner.
Shepard also
Thompson
got back to his
again.
shooting ways.
Shangoon
He
eyes
was
up.
a bit
Dishes out.
struggling
Smith.
earlier on in the
He got
series.
it.
But he
Timeout
got
Lakers.
his shooting shoes out this
The
time
Rocket
round.
lead. Ayton turning, hooking, and hitting. DeAndre Ayton with Houston going in this game.
That's Albert and Shangun.
Gets the roll that's soft. Here's James spinning.
It's the final 5
getting
minutes of the
inside
game.
and laying it in. And
It's
that'll
an
get the
and one.
crowd.
Sad.
Albert and
turns the corner,
Shangun.
gets blocked.
Wow,
Ayton got him from
Aiden.
behind. Kennard won't pull. Hachimura 3 is
Man.
good.
That's why I'm telling you, the
Reeves
Lakers are actually going to go through this
Accelerates,
time round.
leads,
Now that
can't
Reeves is
bank it
back,
in. Ayton, the floater is good. On the follow.
they have good chances and good odds to go through. You can see Luka on the bench in white.
On
He's
the
also almost
drive,
back, that's what
lays
we're
it
hearing.
in. The southpaw Banker.
I'm sure they were sure that they were going to go through, but Shepard wasn't going to let that happen. No,
Reed Shepard pushes it, but didn't panic.
this is
James
2 minutes
has
on
it
the
ripped
clock.
away.
Reed Shepard with a
Shepard
steal
on
right
the
there
steal,
from
and the flush.
LeBron.
4 straight
Choke
enormous
master.
points.
That's the choke master.
Head to
But he
shoot.
shouldn't choke because, I mean, it's not the edge. They
Backs
still
it
have
out,
like
7
2
to
games.
shoot.
Why is he
Trying to
choking this
create.
early?
James banks it in.
Game 3, Ime Udoka had the team watch the last 30 seconds right
If
after
it was
game.
the
He
final
wanted to get
game,
it
I know
over with,
he would choke.
so they didn't
But it's
turn
not the
one
final
loss.
Does he
game.
get the roll? No, Eason denied by Ayton. An opportunity for the Lakers. Smart dishing. James, they need it. Can't hit. Reeves wide
I don't know why
open.
he even
Can't hit. Ayton the flush. And it's a 1 possession. James, a deep 3.
Look at him.
Short.
I don't know why
rebound.
James is
Smith.
shooting this shit.
Foul applied
Stop
with
shooting. You
11.9
don't know how to
remaining.
shoot.
And Smith hit them both. Lake
He's just wasting his teammates'
Finds
opportunity.
Reeves separates, launches, can't hit, rebound.
Well, anyway,
knocked out.
that's how
Gritty
it
win from the
ends.
Houston Rockets.
And
as
I
they
do
force
believe
a
the
game
Rockets have a
6
chance
Friday
because Reeves
night.
is still struggling. So hopefully they can come back. So maybe let's have a look at the stats at the moment, the series stats before we call it quits. But it's crazy stuff, guys. You need to watch these games, and you can see right here what I was trying to tell you guys. You've seen the averages of the first games that I showed you. The team that is leading the series is the one that has the most points average, but it's not the case here. You can clearly see right here that the Lakers are struggling. That's why I'm telling you, the hopes were there if Reeves had not returned. But now that Reeves is back, that changes the whole ball game, because Reeves single-handedly can will the Lakers to win. So it will depend on how good the Houston Rockets are, and I hope Cade doesn't come back. If he comes back, it's just going to throw off this team. Let him stay away and go. Let him call the season over for himself. Let these boys stay focused. Shepard stays focused, and they can beat the Lakers. I do believe they can come back and push this game to Game 7. And if Game 7 reaches and Luka still doesn't come back, they will still beat the Lakers, because Reeves is still struggling, trying to get back to his usual self. So there's a window right there, though it is closing very quickly. So Friday night, guys, tune in and watch. Interesting stuff is happening on the NBA playoffs. Now maybe let's just have a look at the games that are upcoming. The upcoming games, as we look at the schedule right here, there's the New York Knicks game, Boston Celtics, and of course the main game, the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota. This is also on the wire. It is 3-2. This is why I was telling you this three record is going to be broken, because there's so many good teams that are on 3-2, and with the potential of actually going on and winning these games. Now, if Denver Nuggets manage to equalize this, they get the home advantage because the final game is at their place at Ball Arena. So same thing here. The Celtics, if the threes are off, they can't win a game. Once the threes don't fall, the Celtics can't win a game. So, and Embiid is back. I have no hopes in Embiid, but I mean he's back. Maybe a psychological advantage in that area. Then this one I do not know. I honestly do not know. But I would assume New York Knicks is going to go through in this one. So alright guys, the NBA is on. I will be trying to bring you some of the updates and highlights of the games. So stay tuned, I'm back. I'm trying to change the format a bit. Initially it was the FPL. Sorry, the fantasy, the NBA fantasy. But now the NBA fantasy is done. We are in the playoffs. Let's go. Peace out, guys. Until next time. I'm out.